Right then, these are the blocks around Mile End. All of these have different architecture and they're all interesting in different ways. Let's take a look at them. So, next to the taller blocks, there's this smaller one, which I would have said was too boring, except there's some unusual features to it, which make it interesting. Like this overhang makes it interesting. So this little building next to main towers looks quite nice, got quite old architecture. Original doors, original slats. Stairs here, you've got one entrance just there. So the stairs up there, then you've got another entrance on the ramp there. It doesn't make sense, but it's got a ramp, but a ramp doesn't really help anything, since you still have to go up the stairs anyway. So I'm very confused with this building, because I'm nice original 1970s glass. Got a bit of a streets in the sky look to it. I wasn't expecting this block. This was a lot more interesting than I thought it would be for a very little block. And various streets in the sky look to it. Now there, it looks like a lift shaft, but it's not. So that was our first block. The next one we'll go to is this one. And this one is unusual again. Every single one has different architecture. Look at these bits here. Look at these pillars. Look how unusual this is. Look at that. Very nice. And very different, which is what we like to see. Ooh. And there's got some scales outside to check our weight.
Right, so my weight is 90 kilos.
What? It is. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Not here. Of all places, here.
Oh, no, we've just got GUS buttons in here. But other than that, it's original. And still smells of piss. And then we got the express plate.
I did not expect it.
I know. Someone's burnt
It's
up
a levelling
the
model. 1 metre a second leveller.
Yes.
I thought it might have been a 1.5 metre a second pole changer, but it's not. It's a 1 metre a second leveller. So up here we've got express. With a plate over the window. No tunes up there. Got some original window from when this was built. Nice staircase. Through the original door we have the sheds for the building. Here, original buttons. We have the streets in the sky architecture with these pillars and individual boilers for each house. Overhanging balconies up there for the individual maisonettes. But the weirdest thing is these pillars. They are so unusual. This is very nice. Oh, look at that little bit up there. That looks very interesting. And up here, do we have another express? No, sadly not. No. And up, what's up here? A little area with pretty much nothing. Yeah, across there, we've got a view of the maisonette and balcony design. And here you can really get a good view of that arch. There's very nice spikes on that to stop pigeons sitting there. It's just got a couple of sheds for the various maisonettes up here. That's all that's up here, nothing else is up here. Back at the lift, we have up here an original door.
Which goes to that part of this building.
Yes, goes to more streets in the sky architecture. You've got this block over here, which looks a lot newer. It looks very 80s, that one. Maybe 70s, late 70s. It's quite different in design. No express, it's then just one express lift in the middle for the entire block.
Which is surprisingly original.
This section is not maisonettes, it's flats, compared to that section over there, that's maisonettes. So here are the flats at this section. Got here just some sheds. Go through the original doors. Takes us back to the express lift, which is there. Then through here we have the maisonette side of it. Have electric shock room. Basement. Is it a basement? No, it isn't the basement, it's just this little area. I actually thought it was a creepy basement here. Oh wow, look, you've got a red, yellow, blue and neutral. And now come along, where some new builds here, which a quick look at these new blocks. So that's your new blocks. But now we go to this block, and this one's unusual. Because it looks like an old style tower block. But look at a brick, it's later. This is not your typical tower block. This is very, very different. Look at the styling of the brick there. It's all brick, completely brick. Oh, but it's still got lines between the floors of the concrete. So it's sort of tower block style, but it's very different to regular tower blocks. And it's got this new little extension on the end of it of blue brick. And before we take a look at this 1980s unusual block, we're going to take a look at this new build. This new build is a bit like the other one we just looked at, which is very boring, but this one, as well as having a camera, has an eco disc.
All priority service.
And up the top floor of this block, It's got carpet on the floor, very much a newer look with this sort of handrail, this metalwork. Very much a new look compared to the other older blocks. In here we've got our flats, which are through there. So here we have EcoDisc cabinet, base model EcoDisc, and here's your base model EcoDisc. Now come along to Ennerdale House, which is a really unusual one. I'm very keen to see this because it's so unusual looking. We come into the new extension before we go into the actual main part of the building. This new extension is not really that interesting. Go for this big heavy mon door along here. This takes us along too into this 80s building, and here are the lifts. Digital advanced. And the lifts are not really that interesting. This is top floor, floor 18, and we have 5 flats. 2 flats up there, 2 flats up there, and a 3rd flat there. And we've got this ladder here. You can't open that. That was the way to the roof. But the roof, you cannot go up that way to the roof anymore. If you want to go to the roof, you have to take the other way. It goes up to the plant area. From the plant area, we then go into the roof, and which is up there. Let's go. Just come up here. It's very risky. That's the way up, and this is the plant room. Got a light there. That's your motor room. And here we come to the lifts. The lifts are not really that interesting. Thames Valley logic. Digital advanced indicator. Modern VF. That's your logic. Free falling indicator. 2 motors, both of them very small and not really that interesting. Here's the other lift here, which is not locked. That should be locked. That is same as the other one. So let's lock it up for him, since the last engineer did not know how to lock his lift up. And that's your motor room. Let's take a look out into this plant room. There's your water tanks. That's up there. So up here we have more pipes and more air conditioning. Oh, look at that switch there. That looks old. That looks very old. So there's your pipes. Up here is your boiler room. The other hatch. Where did the other hatch go? The other hatch goes into there. What? So that other hatch is now locked. Would have led into there. How weird. There's your air conditioning. Look at that. That's a nice big heavy duty thing. More air conditioning. Very, very nice. This is really interesting but really risky. And let's go out here. Here's the roof level.
It's luxury actually. It's quite nice.
Very nice. That's where we were just down there with Streets in the Sky. Over there, got a nice view. Got some towers up there, look very interesting. I've never been to those ones. This is our 1980s style tower block. Very unusual and interesting. That block down there. That block there, which we'll visit next. And this is what it looks like out on your roof area. And up here, this is what our roof looks like. Nice views. This block's really nice. Look at 80s look to it. It's different to the other blocks. So that there was the other hatch. There's 2 hatches on the top floor. One of them led straight out into the roof, while the other one leads into the plant room area. Very unusual. So up here we have our view. And let's head into our plant room. That's it for this tower. Let's go to the next one. And through this door, big heavy door made by Gerda, who are a very heavy duty company. Big heavy duty door. We have this little area with 2 doors. This door takes us to a bin chute. Up here, a window. And through this door here we have our staircase. And our staircase looks like this. So back to the ground floor. Let's take a look at some of the rooms on the ground floor. Here's the lifts. And here's the staircase. Camera's watching it. There's loads of bits to see around here. Just water pumps in that room. Not much in there. CCTV in operation. It stinks of cleaning chemicals in there. The electricity room, which looks like this. What's that? No idea. That's what that looks like. So, glass room, but this one doesn't seem to want to open. I don't know why. That one has got opening. And that's about it. And this fire safe contains plans for a building, but sadly, it doesn't want to open. So now I go to the next building. And along we go to the next building. And the next building is this one, Beckley House. And look, that looks really old. That looks like 60s. And look at the architecture in it. It's got some very nice old brick. Concrete between the floors, but that looks so old and nice. So, in here we have 2 lifts, a Benny's. Look at a nice Benny indicator. Up here, got some original metalwork. Look at really nice original metalwork. Pickerings. I've never known Pickerings do a lift like it. It's a council lift. It's DC post AC. So here's the lift, which is a Pickering's lift. Never knew Pickering's made them like that. It's very much Benny style, but it's a Pickering's. DC post AC. So it is using the same technology as all the others. And over here, look at this. They've put palm trees into their concrete. Look at that. Over there, original 1970s doors, or even 1960s. I don't know the date of this block. Here, got a nice original door. If we go out here, this takes us out to this area. You've got some more blocks over there. So you have Pickering's lift. Initial indicator looks like Benny. You've got that original door over there. Then this side, these original doors are not frosted glass, they're just regular glass. Original 70s or 60s door. Very nice. Floor 9 has these original doors. If you look up to floor 10, what's really weird, there's no doors on floor 10. Look at that, no original doors on floor 10. So roof, you have to pull that out for your roof. Nice, it's different on this floor because nice original balcony, pigeon netting. But this floor is different. Floor 10 is different to the other floors. I'm not going to attempt to pull out a roof ladder because we don't need to. So we're going to motor room. That's your original motor room. DC post AC. Let's go back down the stairs. Look at that button. Look at that. There it is on top of your lift. Inspection control has been replaced. There's your lift shaft. Okay, that's what it looks like. Next one we're going to is this one. More Streets in the Sky style. There's the 80s block. There's that really nice 60s block. And here is this interesting Streets in the Sky block. Here's the inside of this one. Very similar to the second one we visited. Actually, almost identical. The camera has a padlock on it. Yes, we definitely need to do that. And it's an original Express. And it's been changed inside. No! Inner door's changed. Someone's burnt that. It sounds like someone hoovering in there. How? There can't be someone hoovering. Let's take a look. And here it is. Water pump. Coming out on the top floor, I just remember something. Remember this layout? I've already been in that motorroom in my detailed look video. So let's now insert a little bit of video from my detailed look to show you what the motorroom is like. It's lusty alarm button time. Very nice express. Been on top of this one already. Very nice express lift. Awesome counterweight of the express. Lovely big chassis. Nice door mechanism. Look at that, completely original. It's got motor there that unlatch your original mechanism on the door. Original door closing latch.
It's express like you would expect.
This is just epic. Shaft bar levelling system. Counterweight. Original express door, looking very nice.
Doing a great job.
Top of the range express. Oh, look at its old concrete shaft. And look, doors sitting on concrete, when normally doors are just bolted in. That's really nice quality. Oh, look at his limit switches. They're completely original.
Yes.
That's full speed. Full speed. It's all position lost. Its position's lost.
She's going down.
The next block has Battersea architecture. I call it Battersea architecture because there's several around Battersea. There's a couple of others. It's a really interesting architecture. It's actually quite tall. It has these concrete bits for floors. In between the floors you have brick. But a building's actually pretty tall, and the motorroom goes above the building, meaning you do have lifts to the top floor. And a lot of these towers, lifts don't serve the top floor, which I always think is very odd. But these ones they do, and you have this like motorroom tower above the top floor. It's quite unusual. This is your ground floor. 2 Benny lifts. Main entrance is that way. You've also got a side entrance that way where your staircase is. And that's what this tower looks like. I remember this lift, it goes dung dung in a really wood way. 23 floors. So that's slightly taller than your regular blocks. You usually have 20 or less. Benny lifts.
Oh, that's modern. That's a modern thing.
Yeah, logic's been a bit bodged. And the dung dung noise is very odd it makes. So we're going to be doing a lot more of these blocks around Battersea area with this Battersea architecture. 23 floors they generally have, quite a bit taller than other towers. And they really do look tall because they're quite narrow in size. Break up a long way.
23rd floor.
Oh, Tim Sully voice.
Doors opening.
That chime is so weird. So, go through over here. No, it doesn't have the key. Wow, they've not used the... And there's even camera monitoring who goes up to motorroom. And anyone knows this key, please tell me. It's not your normal key. Ah, that's so disappointing. But on the top floor we have 2 flats over that side, 2 flats over that side. 4 flats per floor, and they're smaller. These flats are very small, but the building's very tall, which is typical Battersea architecture. But more on the Battersea architecture in another video. Benny indicator, look at that. Classic Benny. This one's pretty fast, I think, 2 meters a second. Maybe 1.6, or was that 2? I'm not sure, maybe 1.8. A nice lift shaft. You got see concrete 4 floors, but brick in between.
What is that red thing there?
That is pre-door beam. See at every door zone the beam reflects back to your pre-doors. And then if we look, pre-doors. Nope, no pre-doors. So there's the lift shaft. They've put asbestos between the 2 lifts. Oh dear. That chime is so odd.
How do you get